I'm not into fitness, but I run in tight circles.
Another.
You are who your friends are, and my friends are stars.
Sexy.
I don't just stir the pot, I smoke it. Unlike my schedule, I'm flexible.
Oh my God, these are great.
I'm disappointed every year when they put out like the taglines. I'm like, who's doing this?
Fashion, fashion, fashion.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by my marvelous, splendidly superior wife.
Wow, someone's been reading his thesaurus.
No, that's off the top of my old head. Yeah.
Look at
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Everyone listening. Happy New Year to the household. That includes everyone here, Sierra, Mary, Justin, Leah, all of you guys listening. We're so happy to be with you in the year of our Lord 2026.
You're our Lord.
Well, isn't that
No,
what
yeah.
the 2026 is based off of the Christian calendar?
Lord can mean many different things. For me, she's a pop singer.
Oh, yeah. Lorde. Yeah.
Lorde, Lord. The year of our Lord.
Anyway, hope you're all doing well. We have a great year lined up for you, honestly. It's really excited to bring you all the great content we're going to deliver in 2026. Starting with this episode, we have a great week lined up for you. We got Fancy Hagood coming up this episode. He is a very talented musician, also hilarious and huge Bravo fan, specifically of our ladies in the mountains, our Salt Lake City ladies. He's also a fan of Potomac, and he'll be with us to break down the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's the new year, so I don't know how you guys spent your holidays. It is tough to start being productive again.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but Virgo.
Yeah, no, I am also excited.
I was like, fucking,
okay,
let's go.
I've been laying down a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really tough doing nothing for a long period of time.
I was like, I need to put on makeup.
Yeah, I enjoyed it while it lasted, but now I'm like, all right, 2026, let's get this going.
It's like another day of just sitting here. Yeah.
Literally.
A little rot, a little couch rot, a little bed rot.
Oh my God. The amount, when you come out of the break and you're just like, I am chopped, I am cooked, I have eaten so many cookies, I have drank so much alcohol, and I need to just
The resolutions come
Lock in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No drink in January. Maybe I'll work out more.
I'm doing
This year.
damp January.
I didn't
Okay.
drink
Mhm.
much alcohol, but I did dabble in other things.
Substances.
You had a green Christmas
Aw.
and an even greener New Year's. You gardening?
The Grinch.
What did you guys do on New Year's Eve? Do you guys celebrate?
Oh my God, yes. I had an amazing New Year's.
Ooh,
It was
tell
my
us more.
first quiet New Year's. Connor and I went to the Beverly Hills Hotel. They just kept giving us credits for our room, which was so nice. And then we had a beautiful sit down dinner. And then after dinner, we did a photo booth. Went to our room before midnight, rang in the new year, and then we took a 2-hour bubble bath, just talking and listening to music, and it was just really nice to
Wait,
feel
you
very
and Connor just a 2-hour bubble bath?
yeah, he didn't plan on it, but I was like, that's bubble baths are kind of my thing. I'm a Meredith Marks in that kind of sense, and he wants to spend time together. I was like, this is what would make my perfect New Year's.
Aww.
That's
It's
real
really
love.
sweet.
He does love me a lot.
That's
How
real love.
pruny were you after 2 hours?
That wasn't really a case check-in. Also, we'd been drinking throughout the night. He thought we were only in the bathtub for 45 minutes. I was like, that was a 2-hour
45?
bath.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 hours.
2
they were in
hours.
When was the last time Connor's taken a bath by himself?
Never.
Never.
What music were you listening to?
Oh my God, it was an eclectic mix. Let me tell
Mhm.
you what. I don't have enough time.
there. Did y'all kiss at midnight?
Yes, we did.
No, I'm honestly just blown away by this. It's 2-hour bath. Natalie, every once in a while, will be like, "Can you join me in my bath?" And I'm always like, "Oh my God, yeah, for
Listen.
sure, because I love you so much." And then 5 minutes later, I'm
Out of there.
anxious.
Listen.
It's just hot, and it's not the same as a hot tub.
It kind of is though. Listen, time
Kinda.
flies when you're a little intoxicated. You've got some
Mhm.
good tunes going, and then it's there's topic after topic after topic to talk about. It was time just flew.
I have a question. Are you
Yes.
facing each other in the bathtub?
A mixture
or...
of both.
Okay.
Oh, you move around.
change positions.
We face each other. Sometimes I was laying on him, just talking.
As Mulan
drinking,
said,
hanging out.
reflections.
Yeah. I'm like
Reflection.
really excited that's the person I'm starting the new year with.
You got to
know?
keep her,
Aw.
Sarah.
I do. Thank you.
I
Happy
don't
for
think
you,
I don't,
diva.
babe. I love you so much. I don't think I could take a 2-hour bath.
Do you want to tell them what we did do on New Year's Eve?
I would love to know what you guys did on New Year's
Yeah,
Eve.
what'd you guys do on New Year's Eve?
We chilled.
Oh,
Made
nice.
some dinner. I don't know. We didn't watch any New Year's Eve programming.
Did you guys
Wow.
celebrate like
What
the
do
New
you mean
Year,
by
like
celebrate?
like a
We watched
toast?
Homeland. We watched Homeland. For those of you who don't know, it's
little
came
Claire
out-
Danes moment.
Claire Danes.
Yeah.
A great show on Showtime. Came out in 2011. It's on Netflix now. Yeah.
You said Showtime.
Well, it's a Showtime show. It originated on Showtime.
in 2011.
You can watch it on Netflix.
You can watch it on Netflix now. Anyways, I got Natalie into it, so we've been binging that. So we watched that. Natalie
Cute.
fell asleep. I don't know. We both fell asleep at like 10. But then I magically woke up at like 11:58. And then it was midnight, and I woke up Natalie, and I said, Happy New Year. And
Did
Little-
you?
little pet. You don't remember?
No.
Oh,
You did?
yeah.
Oh.
I was like, Happy
Okay.
New Year. You rolled over, gave me a little peck. We went to.
Yeah.
Went to sleep. That's cute.
Last year we did like we were in LA and we watched the like New York ball drop. You know, it's like 9 p.m. And then
Yes.
we, went to bed. But we didn't even watch that. I did hear that Times Square was like very empty this year.
I heard that it wasn't empty, but there were so many volunteers throwing confetti that you couldn't see the ball if you were in the Times Square.
I heard that nobody was having to wear diapers because they were just like
What do you mean diapers?
usually people
No,
wear
no, no.
diapers
That's
because they're
insane.
standing
They do,
there
yeah,
all
they have
day
to.
long.
That's a thing.
No, first of all, it's a different type of human being that signs up to do New Year's Eve in Times Square, but they start lining up like a day or two beforehand.
Mhm.
And I did watch a TikTok where it was a guy was talking about how, bless his heart, the woman next to him was wearing a diaper. He pulled out panty liners and was like, "No, you just pee on these." So I was like, there are just people pissing on themselves
Whoa.
in Times Square to see that ball drop. And apparently, what was it? The confetti. People were throwing confetti.
Well, because people don't know this, but it's not machines that like shoot confetti out. It's volunteers that like are in the buildings surrounding
I feel
In their
like
apartments.
in their apartment or just on top of the businesses. And they just throw so much that there's videos from Times Square where you can't even see the ball drop when it hits like New Year's.
so. These are just random.
So
people
you're in
tossing.
frozen pea diapers.
Yes.
And
it
you're
depends
like,
on where you
"Where
are.
is
It's usually
it?"
cold. And you can't see the ball?
Yes. And you can hear people in the background being like, oh my God, you can't see it. Or like, come on. Because you hear everybody say like, Happy New Year's. But then all you see is just like a cloud of confetti above you.
Do you feel like you do that once and then you never go back? Or do you feel like these are people who are like loyal year after year, wearing the diapers, doing it?
I feel like it
Loyal.
has to mean something to you.
It has
Yeah.
to.
You know what I mean? Like for me, I'm like, there's just no world in which I would ever want to see the ball drop that badly that I wouldn't figure out a way to be somewhere where I could see it not.
Especially now that
Sandwich?
it's like televised. It's like, I could just watch it at home.
Yeah, but I'm like, if there was like a hotel or something where it's like, oh, you got a good view of it, you just got to pay extra. Then I'm like, if I really wanted to see it that bad, that's how I would do it.
It's the bathroom part. Like I would need a hotel that's in the square. I don't care what it's costing if I'm going to go
well,
through
if
it.
you leave
Food.
your spot, you can't get
food.
back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, how
I
are
have-
you surviving?
I think you have like a survival backpack kit.
You have to pee in your pants,
God,
which
this
I'm not
feels
willing to
just
do.
like
How are you
brutal.
changing that diaper? Where are you changing that diaper? Just in the middle?
Sounds like an episode of Special Forces.
Honestly.
The strongest will survive, and I'm out. Day one, hour one.
I just don't know if I want to ring in the new year like about to piss my pants and feeling like I'm gonna explode.
It really goes up from there, though.
I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
It's like the year started with me peeing my pants, and then I got a promotion.
Uh-huh. Only can go up from here. Yeah.
Well, with the new year comes new goals. Does anyone have any New Year's resolutions?
I'm
I
always
do.
so bad at these.
That's why I'm like, I think I'm just too realistic that I'm like, okay, like I would like to be healthier. I would like to, but I'm like, who knows how stressed I'll be in March.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, my resolution is I want to like follow through, which is the most evil resolution for me to set for myself because if you look at the stats, like the only kept is like 10% of New Year's resolutions are kept long term, which is crazy.
you
like,
just want to follow through. Like that's what it is.
yeah.
I didn't eat sugar all last year. I did have one of my mom's cookies over the holidays.
Mm. You're part of that
Ooh.
10%.
Well, she also made this really delicious, she's into sourdough making.
Oh,
Her
that's
and the
fun. The
Mormon
Mormon
wives.
wives too.
And she made this like sourdough cinnamon bread. That's basically like a
Yum.
giant cinnamon roll. but I classified it as bread, so therefore I could eat it.
It was covered in frosting, by the way. So.
But sourdough got healthy.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yes, it is.
Loophole. Well, recently Deadline came out with a very compelling list of the most talked about, look forward to reality TV shows of 2026. It's a comprehensive list. They have 31 shows that they think fans like you who love reality TV should be looking forward to. And it is a fascinating list. We have, starting January 8th on Bravo, The
Mhm.
Valley Persian Style.
So excited.
Yeah, I love Mercedes MJ. I met her at Crystal Minkoff's holiday party. We sat beside each other, and she is so funny. So I just know bringing her back to TV is
Correct.
smart.
If it's anything like Shaws of Sunset,
Thank you.
I'll take it.
It's all
Mhm.
my favorites from Shaw's, and I'm just like,
A little less trauma dumping, a little more. Let's fucking go.
let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
It is crazy because Traders also airs that day. Traders is also on this list. Iconic. Fear
Mhm.
Factor.
Johnny Knoxville,
Fear-
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor is one I feel like maybe I'm not as much in the loop on. I find, I'm also in fear. I don't want to watch all the cockroaches that you are going inside of your ears and in your nose. Like that is a hard show for me.
I think it's going to be really popular though, but I agree. I've never was a huge Fear Factor fan.
I did not know that Joe Rogan hosted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
that's-
years.
For
Wow.
years. That's how he got well, that's not how he got to start, but that was probably where he got.
That's how I learned who he was.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was on Spin City back in the day.
So when he was a podcaster, I was like, "You mean the guy that hosted Fear Factor?"
Yeah.
In the City is also on here, the spinoff of Summer House. Lindsay Hubbard,
Mhm.
Amanda, Kyle
Ooh.
Cook. This one I think is definitely going to be good.
Love Overboard on Hulu, hosted by Gabby Wendy. Basically, it's like a dating show on a yacht in Greece.
It's giving like below deck dating show.
Same producers who produce your favorite show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So it's a very talented production company. And I've heard, working with those people, that they're very excited about the show. And from what I've heard, I think it's going to be very popular and fun to watch.
Can't wait.
Ladies of London is coming back.
Do we know when that's coming out?
They don't.
I don't think they announced Love Overboard.
Yeah, they don't have a date yet.
2026.
But also Real Housewives of Rhode Island, featuring friend of show Ashley Iaconetti.
When does that come out?
Doesn't say.
Mm.
It's
So
it's a good year.
On the
for
edge of our seat.
2026. It comes out in 2026.
It's a good year for Housewives because we have Ultimate Road Trip, Girls Trip coming back, Obsessed, Ladies of London, which is like an OG kind of style of Housewives. Good year.
Mm-hmm. And Netflix popping off too. We got a little. Is that Age of Attraction on that list? I see.
Age of
Netflix's most
Attraction.
exciting
Also
new
on
hit
the
show.
list, Age of Attraction, hosted by yours truly, Natalie Joy, and me. Listen,
Let me just
obviously
read
we're
the blurb.
biased.
I'll just read the blurb.
Just read it.
I'm just going to read the blurb. Love is Blind has clearly been Netflix's biggest hit in the unscripted space over the years. It is now trying to replicate that dating success with Age of Attraction. While Love is Blind aimed to see if looks weren't a factor, Age of Attraction will ask a similar question about age. The series, which comes from Velvet Hammer Media and was filmed in Whistler in Vancouver, features daters ranging from 22 to 59.
Listen, we're biased. We were
We
part
are.
of the show. But you never really know what to expect with these new shows. When we were asked to host it, obviously we're very appreciative of Netflix and excited to be part of the Netflix family. But like, as you guys know, new shows, new reality TV shows, what Love is Blind was able to do. And what are they on their 9th season? So hard to do. But I think Netflix in general is really excited about this potential. And honestly, like knowing the interest around Love is Blind, I really think people are going to love Age of Attraction. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it. It's a very compelling premise.
I also think people are going to be pleasantly surprised with just how the show unfolds. I think a lot of people are, upfront judgments, as people tend to do with an age gap, but I think they'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. We'll see. But I think the show might be around for a while.
Weird.
I do have a question for you guys. Was Alix Earle and Tom Brady on the cast?
Oh, I
Because
wish.
they were out and about
Mm.
on New Year's Eve.
I'm here for it, guys. She just got out of her relationship with Braxton. He's a big football star. And can you imagine Braxton sitting at home being
It's
like,
the biggest revenge. And
talk about revenge.
I don't even know if that's her intention, but it is kind of one of those things where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up with you, and then I'll date your favorite star." And it's like, okay, you're working up to be like a top football player. And then it's just like your ex is like, you know what? I'm just going to spend New Year's Eve with Glenn Powell and Miles Teller. And then you know what? Why don't I canoodle with Tom Brady? And you'll find out all
The
about
greatest
it.
football player of all time.
Like literally.
Yeah.
And Braxton, listen, very hard to make it to the NFL. You really have accomplished something by going that far. But Braxton, no shade, he was on the team. I think
He's certainly on the team.
Let's put it this way. I am a NFL super fan. I know so much about the NFL and its players. And the first time I've heard of Braxton was because of Alix Earle. And so, to have Alix Earle make you famous as an NFL player and then pivot after you break up to the greatest football player of all time.
That is crazy.
She ain't messing around.
That is
It's
very-
pretty-
Don't fuck with Alix Earle.
She's not crying in the club.
No, she's not.
There is no crying in the club for Alix Earle.
No. It's the kind of like, I say that I mean evil as a compliment in this way. Like, it's the kind of evil behavior like I want to bring into 2026. It's like, yeah, be messy.
But also like
You know?
effortless. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you know that wasn't her intention.
No, she's just being herself, her natural charm. And like, if that brings you into a messy situation, so be it.
And in that video, she looked like she was comforting Tom.
I was gonna say we also
Yeah.
technically don't know that they are dating.
They're definitely
right?
not dating.
We're
I
not
don't
saying
think
that
they're
they're
dating.
They were
But, like,
just getting cozy.
God
Yuck.
forbid someone
like-
gets cozy on New Year's Eve.
They could be friends at this point, right? Not really.
Just
but
one could infer on
No.
New Year's
Right.
Eve.
that
They're
there was a
there
kiss
for
that
each
happened.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, support.
Mm-hmm. Emotional support.
I
It's a
feel
hard
like
time.
I'm just like her proud. I feel proud of Alix Earle.
I love her.
Yeah. Do you guys feel proud of Kyle and Mauricio for your once again proving that they are the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez of Bravo?
I kind of love it.
I really
Yeah.
do. Honestly, I was thinking about them over a holiday break. I really was.
You're falling asleep being like, I wonder if they're kissing.
No, listen, let me explain.
Yes.
Like, there's so much I don't know about the relationship. It would be nice if they shared a little bit more, but hey, whatever. But like, listen, like they present as a family, right?
Yeah.
They have these lovely daughters, all accomplished. No matter what's going on in this family with the drama, whether it's show related or personal related, they're still together. No matter what, there is a clear respect that Mauricio has for Kyle and vice versa. And I think
Mhm.
that is a beautiful thing. They've been married for years. I don't know what happened in the relationship or why the love or the romance maybe got put on pause or whatever reason. But like, they are still prioritizing their family. And more than anything, when it comes to the holidays and each other, the fact that they have this huge amount of respect for each other, seemingly, and they've decided that maybe for whatever reason, some of their aspects of the relationship don't work anymore. Yeah, like the fact that they can still get together and celebrate their family without the drama. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's a beautiful thing for them to still be able to do that. And they still have their family. And they didn't blow up their family because of things going on in their relationship that are sensitive and might be hard to process. And I just think it's a beautiful thing that they've been able to do that. And the fact that Kyle and Mauricio clearly have this respect for each other, I think is admirable. And I think it's a great thing knowing how difficult relationships are. And I have a lot of respect for how they've gone about the end of their marriage. And I think they should be applauded for that.
So for clarity, people saw the duo together at Kate Hudson and Kate Hudson's New Year's Eve party in Aspen. Someone is quoted saying they were really enjoying one another's company. They had their arms around one another and were very touchy and warm with one another all night. They were very obviously together and wanting to spend the party by one another's side. If you didn't know they had split up, you would presume they were still happily married.
Well,
I love that for them.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to get back together anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, I think they're going to take their time. I also think that we've talked about this in the past, but I just think that people in long-term relationships forget how to date each other while being
yeah.
together. And
Mhm.
so I think you're hurt. You've seen other people, you dated other people, and then it's to still have that connection, that chemistry with the person that you were married to. Now I feel like they're going to start dating each other again.
This is also kind of what Chase Stokes said about Kelsey Ballerini because they're also back together. And I don't know if you want to read that, what he said in his post on New Year's.
Chase Stokes posted, "Something I've learned this year. Don't take advantage of the most beautiful things that in 33 years of life are fleeting. Take accountability, learn from mistakes, lean into love, and say it often. 2026, my year of growth, my year of truth. Starting here, starting now. Happy New Year's, Red Heart."
That sounds like Kelsey made him write that.
No, Kelsey posted her own thing.
Oh, she also posted something.
Because they had a very messy breakup last year, right?
Was it messy?
2025.
As in like the end of the year.
Yeah, there was like a story post and like announcing the breakups. He posted something saying that she had blocked him. So it's like people were like, oh, they're definitely not getting back together.
Yeah.
And then when they were speculated, it was like, absolutely not.
Getting back together with an ex, I usually find that you broke up for a reason.
Yep.
But sometimes, things work out.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I just looked up some stats on it. And so only 32% of exes will get back together. And of those people that get back together, roughly 18% have stayed together for over a year after reconciling. So it's not the best stat, but it's not nothing.
Kelsey posted before Chase did, and it was like a picture of her kissing, and it was a very silhouette-y photo. You could almost be like, who is that? But she posted, messy year for the heart, messy year for the outside coming in, messy year for the way it became an out of our hands portrayal of it. But what I'll say, and all I really care to share indefinitely with my personal life anymore, is that I really love love. I believe in it, I believe in him, and I believe in breaking patterns. Now go kiss your person and stop speculating.
Obviously, we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to talk about, and they are up next. And if you haven't listened to that episode of Brittany Bateman and Jared Osman, our New Year's Eve extravaganza going deeper, you're going to want to check that out. It was a fascinating episode. But Fancy Hagood is about to join us to break it all down. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's a new year, and with new year comes new goals, new expectations, and sometimes new stresses. And if you have been considering but avoiding taking care of your mental health, you need to check out BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been helping people jump into therapy like never before. There are so many obvious obstacles when it comes to therapy. It's intimidating, it can be expensive, it's inconvenient. Most importantly, sometimes it's super hard to find a therapist that you're comfortable with, because like, how do you do it? You go, do you ask your friends? Sometimes you want that privacy. Well, with BetterHelp, they alleviate all of those barriers that make jumping into therapy a little bit more challenging. It's incredibly convenient. All you need is a tablet or a device to, connect online, anytime, anywhere. BetterHelp is working with over 30,000 therapists, and you can switch therapists for free anytime you want, making it easier than ever before to find a therapist that's right for you, which is so important when it comes to therapy. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching for you, so you can focus on your therapy goals. And then again, if for some reason you don't feel comfortable with that therapist, you can keep switching for free until you find someone that does. BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp makes it easier to get matched online with qualified therapists. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/VIALL. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/VIALL. When you're in the level up mindset for your business, it's wild how much basic stuff matters. Like how you talk to your customers and keep your team on the same page. A cleaner, more modern setup can make everything feel smoother, which is why today's episode is sponsored by Quo, spelled Q-U-O, the modern alternative to run your business communications. Quo is the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews, built for how modern teams work. That's why more than 90,000 businesses, from solo operations to growing teams, rely on Quo to stay connected, professional, and consistently reachable. Quo works wherever you are, right from the app or computer, and it lets you keep your existing number, add new numbers or teammates in minutes, sync your CRM, and rely on seamless routing and call flows as your business scales. You never want your customers to miss the call. You know that if, you have a problem, you reach out to an electrician or plumber. If they don't answer right away, you move on to the next. But with Quo, you can make sure that you have no missed calls and no missed opportunities, no missed customers. So if you're looking to streamline your business and grow efficiently, you got to check out Quo. It doesn't matter if you're a company of 1 or company of 100,000, Quo can take your business to the next level. Make sure this is the year where no opportunities and no customers slip away. Try Quo for free, plus get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/VIALL. That is QUO.com/VIALL. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Fancy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I was so excited to be with you, man.
Likewise.
First, let's just start. It's New Year. How was your New Year's?
My New Year's was interesting.
Say more.
Interesting decisions. I went to Jersey City.
That's an interesting decision.
It is. And I had never been before. And
How did you wind up in a place you've never been before?
I have some friends who live in Jersey.
Okay.
And so they were like, we should do New Year's. So I was just like, I didn't have any other plans. So I was like, why not? And it was kind of cool. I got to go to I didn't know this, but technically the Statue of Liberty is basically in Jersey. It's a
I
very
did
New
not-
York thing. I think the like
Oh.
down the river, it's like the it goes around.
So you can access Statue of Liberty via Jersey.
You're closer to the Statue of Liberty in Jersey City than you are
In New York.
In
in
Manhattan.
New York.
Okay.
So I got to watch the fireworks from the Statue of Liberty, which was kind of cool. Like,
Like you were at Statue of Liberty?
no. I
Fireworks were
did
at
weird
Statue
that.
of
I
Liberty.
worded that weirdly. I realized I was at like Liberty Park, I think is what it's called, looking at the Statue of Liberty, watching fireworks. So that was pretty cool.
That
But
is cool.
being in Jersey City was random for this Southern Belle.
I mean, do you feel like you'll do that again next year or ever again?
I don't know that it'll be an annual thing,
Yeah.
but with me, you never know.
You
I might get a
never
wild
know.
hair to go to Jersey City once more, and who knows?
Did you hit up a casino?
No, I'm not a gambling gal.
Okay.
First of all, I did this like fundraiser thing in Fort Lauderdale one time, and they put me up at the Hard Rock,
Mm.
which I found out I am rock hard for the Hard Rock.
Hell
I didn't
yeah,
know.
that big old guitar.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yes. And my manager Natalie was with me, and we like pull up, and I was like, "What is this?" And then next thing I know, I'm having the time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not a gambler. I had a wild run on roulette, but I only guess colors.
Yeah.
I don't do the number
Mm.
thing. I'm a color girl. I feel like the odds are in your favor there.
So
and I
true.
had like a wild run, and then I lost everything.
And there's also not a lot of gambling games that are in color.
Right.
A lot of them aren't. A lot of
I think
numbers
it's just
based. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Are you-
Roulette?
Are y'all casino people?
No.
No.
Nick's pretty good at blackjack, right?
No. I mean, like when I go to Vegas, when I have to, I'm definitely not one of those like, gotta make a trip to Vegas.
yeah.
Sometimes I end up in Vegas. And when I end up in Vegas, I'll play blackjack. And sometimes I win money. I'm definitely not, I know how to play.
Mm.
I'm not.
Mhm.
I went to Vegas one time, but I was with my parents, so it wasn't. I don't think I got a Vegas experience.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking like the real world Las Vegas. Like that's what in my head I was thinking. But then I was with my mom and
With the
dad.
palms.
So yeah, it's just kind of, I was like, this is not, I need a Vegas redo, but I don't know that I want to do it.
No, there's honestly, Vegas isn't like, I feel like what maybe it used to be. I feel like people used to rave about Vegas. It's not, the recent times I've been, has been like, it's time to get home.
Well, why do I want to go to Vegas when I can go to a giant guitar shaped hotel in Fort Lauderdale?
So true.
Which also, I found this other place called Wilton Manors, which isn't that far from Fort Lauderdale. And it's
Mhm.
basically like a gay retirement community.
Oop.
And it's just like this little town, and it's just filled with gay bars and all these retired old gay men. And I'm like, now this
is
is
my
the
kind
life.
of place.
Yeah.
Mary's head just popped up.
This is my Vegas.
Yeah, I went to dinner with this like group of men, and we're like sitting there, and one of the guys' name was Gino. He was like 87 years old, trying an edible for the first time. I'm like, this is everything.
Heaven.
I love Fort Lauderdale. I love Wilton Manors. That's not how I felt in Jersey City.
A
But
little different.
you know,
Yeah.
can't win them all.
Well, when you're not making beautiful music and collaborating with other rock stars like Meghan Trainor, you're also a big reality TV fan.
Oh my God, I would say it's my guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilty about it at all.
At all.
I have loved reality TV since like, I don't know, I found like The Real World, VH1, Flavor of Love, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching reality TV before I was like allowed to watch reality
Did
TV.
you watch Bad Girls Club?
Yes.
Mm.
And my favorite season of Bad Girls Club was the New Orleans one. It was wild.
You ain't get no sleep because of
Oh.
me. You ain't get no sleep because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
you. That was my favorite one.
She was also just on the House of Villains, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked Bad Girls Club, but the New Orleans one was the one that I was fully invested in.
Are you mostly invested in Salt Lake City Housewives, or do you jump around to all of them?
I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to Real Housewives. I watch all of them, even if I don't like it necessarily. Like I didn't love Dallas. I watched every episode.
Of course.
It's just like, I love it. It is such good television. I think it's brilliant. I will say, I think Salt Lake City is the crown jewel of the Bravo universe. And I have said that since its first season. I'm not one of these
Jumping on. Mhm.
yeah, I'm not one of these bandwagon bitches
Me.
watching like
Mhm.
season 4 being like, wow, this is great. No, I was there since Hospital Smell,
Oh,
and I love
yes.
it. And I will not hear any negative things about Salt Lake City. I don't receive it. Like I like catch myself like arguing with people online when they're like hating on the Salt Lake City housewives. I'm like, grow up, get over yourself.
How do you feel the Mormon wives of Utah compared to the housewives of Salt Lake City?
I'm like, I feel like it's like this whole universe, like the Salt Lake City universe. Like, and it's no coincidence. I saw the Book of Mormon, the play for the first time, and it's all about, Salt Lake and whatnot. And now we have all these amazing reality shows out of Salt Lake City. They give. I'm
They
like, what?
give.
There's no one. That's what I love about both The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. There's no one not playing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They are all showing up. They know the assignment. They're doing it. And that's what I love about it. That's what makes it such brilliant television. There's no sleeper characters.
Nick said one time, he was like, I don't know if it's because of the religion that maybe they feel like they can't lie. So they're just like, you smell like a hospital.
Yeah, that's a solid point. I think Mary Cosby has no guilty conscience. So I think if she feels it, she's just going to say it. And
Mhm.
a hospital smell can be triggering. Let's be real.
And it's so true. And it is so distinctive as well.
Yeah. That I didn't know, like when they started like being like, oh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, like when they were like teasing it on Bravo, I was kind of like, that is not going to be good. And I was like, why are they doing that? There's so many other cities. And then I watched it and I had like kind of waited. So I got to binge like the first 4 episodes of season 1 and I was hooked. I was like, this is incredible. And I think it's a kind of a rare thing in the Bravo universe for one show to give like that every season.
I know.
There's not been a boring season.
There hasn't. And there's really not a boring character. I think they all go in like little seasons and
Yeah,
episodes, but
totally.
like for the majority, on other ones, I'm always like, when it gets to some certain housewives, I'm like,
Yeah,
phone
well,
time.
they're giving no matter what, and it's just kind of like you said. Some people have better seasons than others, but I learned about WWE.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I lived in LA, I had a friend that was a WWE diva. Shout out Summer Rae. But I had never been to a wrestling match before. And I went and I figured out that is so homoerotic. It's so hot.
Yeah.
Secondly, when my friend came out, I didn't realize that she played a villain. So she like comes walking out and the whole arena starts booing and like going nuts. And I'm like,
Hey.
she's the nicest woman I've ever met. Like,
Summer's like, no, not.
yeah,
Stop.
yeah. I'm like, what are y'all I'm like getting in arguments with people around me. I'm like so disappointed in these people. But then afterwards I was like talking to her about it and she's like, no, I'm a heel. Like if they're all booing and freaking out like that, that means I'm doing my job. So I think it's the same with reality TV. That's how I kind of view it. People start hating on people and I'm like, they're doing they're doing their job.
Well, it's
Like,
fascinating though, because I think with WWE, to your point, that community of stars, they kind of understand the assignment.
Exactly.
Like the term heel has been around in that community for a long time. And to your point, like Summer Rae, who like knew she was a heel, but with reality TV, in my experience and the people we cover, no one wants to be the villain. And
Right.
very few people on reality TV embrace that role. I think sometimes they'll take it on the chin. But unlike WWE, where they like embrace it and they like it and they lean in, I think very few reality TV stars do that, because I also think part of it is like, now that WWE is at where it's at, like, it's quote unquote fake.
well, they're all playing a role.
Yeah.
Where these people on reality TV are being themselves for the most part.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think, when you're making, now granted, I've never been on a reality TV show. I don't know how, but I never have been. And I think you have to know, I know for myself, if there was a whole crew of people, I have a personality that could be edited several different ways. I have to know going into this, they could make me, the BFF. They could make me the giant asshole.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, when you get made the asshole, you're like, it was editing. It's because they are filming all parts of you. And like people do have control over that. But I do think you have to know going into being filmed 24/7 for a TV show, there is a risk you're going to be a villain.
Yeah. But as a saying I heard a long time ago, well, not too long ago on a TV show, it was like, no one's the villain in their own story. which is very
Yes.
fascinating in life.
That is fascinating.
And then when you think about it in the reality TV world, like, yeah, when you find out, and usually you find out via the edit, you know, it's not like, usually producers are like, hey, just by the way, you're the bad guy this season.
See, I think if a producer were to tell me like, hey, we're doing it to you, like it's happening this
It's your
season.
turn.
It's your turn. I would be like, well, here we go. And I would just lean in.
On my second iteration of The Bachelorette, when I was on a long time ago, I had a friend who tried to convince me to go full Joaquin Phoenix at AFR, like show up kind of drunk, like full grown beard, maybe like food in the beard, and just go full villain. I thought about it.
But you said no.
No, I chickened out.
People are going to make you the villain no matter what at
they
some
did.
point. So
Yeah.
it's like you might as well lean in and control the narrative. Because if you're in on the joke or in on the bit, it's kind of like people calling you names or being bullies online or whatever. If you're in on it, it's kind of
yeah,
like,
guys, I know.
Yeah, the best thing to do, I think, is I've learned is just whatever people want to think, just embrace it. You know.
And to your point also about you're never the villain in your own story. That's what I love about The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, is because I feel like that the villain jumps from time to time there, and you kind of never know where you're going to land there. That from like season 1 to season 2, whole different ball game of who's.
True.
And you hosted that reunion.
The first reunion, yeah.
What was that like? Sorry, now I'm the host. What was that like?
It was fascinating. I mean, like I've gotten to know those women over the years of having them on the show, and I have a ton of respect for all of them because I know what it takes to make a show like that, and they really do, to their credit. You know, I think some reality TV stars, you know, are better at like setting boundaries for themselves. I will do this, I won't do that, and I think all those women have, you know, for better or worse, you can debate, you know, whether their mental health is where it should be or needs to be, but for our viewing pleasure, they give it their all.
Yeah, they do.
These women have never stopped filming. They already finished They've filmed season 4 already. I think now that Taylor Frankie Paul's done filming The Bachelorette, I think they're back into filming season 5.
Wow,
the dedication that they're doing is unheard of.
They do 2 seasons a year.
As they should. And I don't know that that's enough for me. I'm like, I've never been more addicted to strangers drama before than I am that show. Like the crossover idea for Taylor Frankie Paul to be the Bachelorette, that made me salivate when I heard that. It's
Chef's
like,
kiss.
Yeah, it's like, I will be watching that.
But it's, you know, even that group of women, I told the story, but like when I've hosted that reunion, Taylor Frankie Paul is the only reality TV star I've interacted with that kind of understood that. And before we started, she's like, push us, ask us anything. There's no question off limits. I mean, she spoke, I guess, for the group and it came from her, but I really respected that. Not everyone in that cast feels that same way.
I mean, that's the energy I would expect from her when you're like getting on TikTok to be like, hey, me and all my friends, we're swingers, PS. and by the way, like, I'm like, who is this woman? And shout out to whoever decided to make that a TV show after all that drama, because brilliant.
If you had to choose Jen Shaw or Monica to come back, who are you picking?
Oh, God. It can't be Jen Shaw.
It can't be. It can't be.
It can't be Jen Shaw, but I don't want it to be Monica either. And I think people are split on that. I think people online I think there's a lot of Monica
Why
stands.
don't you think it could be Monica? Because
I
is
just
that what you
personally
think?
don't want it to be.
You're not a fan.
I wanted to be a fan. I wanted to root for her. I liked the realness of someone who's like, I'm a single mom. I don't get along with my mom. I don't make the same amount of money as these women. I don't quite fit in.
I had an affair with my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was Monica the original Taylor Frankie Paul? Are you turning me into a Monica fan right now?
Maybe.
I don't dislike Monica. I liked Monica. But the whole reality Von Teese, the whole that, I'm like, you can't be a super fan and then be a housewife. Like,
It's tough.
that would like be like them turning me into a housewife. Like,
Yeah.
that's not, I mean,
But
unless
also,
Andy Cohen wants a male Real Housewife, I am all in. Put me on that reunion couch, honey.
Yes.
but I'm like, wasn't Meredith also accused of making fake accounts to send information about her co-stars? And so is Lisa. That I'm kind of like, if creating a fake account is the worst thing that you can do as a housewife, like I just don't think that the crime fits not being able to come back.
No, I know, but it's something.
I agree.
There's something about the optics to Fancy's point, and I remember when the whole Monica Garcia of it all dropped, I was triggered. Like, I was definitely not Team Monica because I was like, I couldn't imagine having, not like to say fan seems dirty. It's just like, oh, but like some fans don't understand boundaries.
But let's not forget, she was in Jen Shah's circle. She wasn't just like
that's
a
the
fan
other part of it.
online.
I think that's the worst part of it for me is like she seemed like I feel like this is like she worked for Jen Shah, like that's who she was close to, and then Jen Shah got put in prison, so they're like, oh, let's pull this girl. It all seemed very kind of random to me. I also don't know that I believe that production did not know that she was Reality Von Teese, because the masterpiece that was those final episodes that season where they're all on the beach and like the flowy dresses and Heather's like receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything. I'm like, it was so good.
And we had Monica at reunion be like, no, Andy, like producers knew.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was like to his face, like, yeah, your producers knew. He's like, but they didn't.
She's
like,
been known to not tell the truth.
That is true.
That's true.
So it's
I
tough
mean,
to
speaking
know.
of Monica, she recently posted after this episode, which we will get into our reality recap after this, but she posted a TikTok defending Meredith and says, when everyone wants to accuse Meredith of being an alcoholic, but she wasn't the one that was taken away in an ambulance to the ER for alcohol poisoning, and demanded the footage never be shown and cast stay locked in their rooms while she got wheeled away to get her stomach pumped, allegedly. Meredith liked that post, by the way.
Whoa.
So,
I love it.
Meredith liked it.
Meredith liked it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I do know that those women still, to this day, are triggered by Monica Garcia.
Of course, that who wouldn't be? Would you not be triggered like filming like an entire season with someone just to find out they've been like bullying you online for years?
But Jen Shah was like the biggest bully to everyone's face. That's why I'm like, when Angie said at BravoCon that she would have Jen back, it was very confusing. It was like she dumped a glass of champagne over your head because you took the biggest room.
Also, Angie H's husband had a Finsta account to bully Lisa Barlow.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, they all do this.
Well, but
that's right.
Jen Shah went to prison, and
that's true.
Angie wasn't brought back after that. So I feel like there are repercussions for people's actions, and I think Monica being off the show, who would want to film with her after that?
Do you think neither should come back? You're happy with
I
cast
think neither.
as is?
I think this cast is perfect.
I agree.
Why fix something that's not broken? I mean, even Bronwyn, her audition, I think, has been chef's kiss.
Yeah, she's excellent.
Brittany, oh my God. Yeah, Brittany is the perfect kind of housewife for me. I have to be honest. It's the same as like Potomac. Are y'all watching Potomac?
Yeah, we are.
So it's like Stacey Rush.
Yes.
And Karen, the Grand Dame. My favorite kind of housewife is someone who is like, I'm unbothered, I'm unfazed, I live my reality, and you are in my world now. And like, you're not gonna get me. Like, Brittany is just, I just love her. Like, I think she would probably drive me crazy. Like, if I had to go on a friend trip with her, I don't want you to splash me when I'm trying to zen either.
I don't want to be splashed in general.
She's just trying to lighten the mood.
No, the mood's light. We're in a zen space. But to her point, they did pour a jug of water on her on a boat, so it's like, I get it, but I just think they're perfect. I think it's all this like great mix of like everyone living in their own delusion, living their own life. They are the star of that show in their mind, all of them. And I think it makes it perfect television. Don't change a thing.
I agree.
Well, if you haven't been watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City over your holiday break and you feel a little behind, we do have a rapid recap to bring you up to speed.
Of the most recent episode, Angie once again was injured again on vacation, glass tray to the face. Meredith has had a good night's sleep and is feeling less evil. Whitney is still trying to say Meredith is an addict. Mary just wants her to be okay. Bronwyn reveals that she ran into Seth in New York with a woman. At the spa, where people are only allowed to whisper, Brittany starts splashing the girls' hair with water. They do not like that. Lisa reminds Brittany that Angie gave herself a fresh blowout that morning with an injured hand, and it takes an hour to do with real hair, not synthetic hair like Brittany, so it is very offensive. And now Angie has people's piss in her hair. Brittany is mad that no one cares if Olivia texted her for Mother's Day. Then she activates Meredith and ruins her zen by being herself. Sad face. Whitney's steamer started squirting, but Heather was kind of into it. Heather also thinks there's something going on with Meredith. In other news, Lisa Barlow reveals an incredible tidbit about herself. She loves to read about trees and have her bare feet on the ground around them. She's actually obsessed with trees. She talks to them. They tap her on the shoulder and give her hugs. Every single tree in the world communicates. There's a hidden language. They have personalities. Anyway, Lisa also thinks Brittany was drinking in her bedroom on the yacht and that she is a little lush alky. But no one is accusing anyone of being an alcoholic because that's a serious allegation. Heather gets in trouble for saying Brittany is more successful than anyone at the table. Mary goes nuclear by calling Heather Brittany's mouthpiece. Whitney and Lisa start going at it. Then they get kicked out of the restaurant.
Now, I think this is a really good time to just confess to you, just in case it gets out.
In front of Fancy?
I did have lunch with Mary a couple weeks ago. So I just don't want any rumors to get out. It was a one-on-one work meeting.
Oh, you're saying Seth having a meeting with an investor in New York.
I'm so sorry. I thought he was talking about Mary Cosby.
Nick, the way that I was like, you went to lunch with Mary Cosby
Me
and
too.
you
Wait a
didn't
second.
tell us?
No, Mary.
That's what I thought too.
No, I wish. God, that
You
would
got everyone just excited, and now
Mary.
No, Mary.
Our Mary.
No, you were talking to the wrong person about don't be mad. I was like, I'm furious. I'm fuming.
Yeah, me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, I love that for you.
Hey, Natalie, jealous?
Yeah.
You almost got hit by a car after. So.
I will say the dinner or the lunch with Mary and Bronwyn and
Whitney.
that is
Bananas.
a tough. They're just like, she has severe problems. Nick was like, this is the definition of projecting.
100%. Like
She's like, well, I have a son who has problems. She's like, I had a dad who has problems. We know what's going on with Meredith.
Yeah. Well, and also, I just saw on Instagram before I came here and it made me laugh. It was like the girls, Meredith suffering. And then it shows a picture of Meredith just like DJing, like living her best
Literally.
life. Like, I got to meet Meredith. She's the only one of the cast that I've ever met. I met her at the GLAAD Awards like 2 years back. And she was so perfectly kind and nice to me. She had no reason to be.
Yeah.
She didn't know me. And I was fangirling to the highest degree. She was so kind and nice that I don't buy all this stuff about her. She told us season 1, I'm disengaging. So why anyone's surprised that she just like flatlines when people start getting confrontational until she doesn't. And then she like freaks out. And then people are like, oh my God.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I do feel like this is textbook Meredith. Like,
Yeah.
she's always been like this.
And also, like, I don't know what's going on in Meredith's life, but since they wrapped filming this past season, Natalie and I saw Meredith at one of her DJ sets where we got to do a shot ski with her. We
Wow.
met her entire family. You also saw them at BravoCon. I don't know. This family seems pretty together, pretty united.
Yeah.
Meredith was lovely. She was DJing. She seemed not drunk or, problematic. She seemed totally, I've never engaged with her where I felt like, oh my God, what's wrong with Meredith? So,
Well, also, I think it's like, so you said projection, like 3 women also talking about, Seth seeing, being at a lunch with other women. It's like, we ain't see Mary filming with her granddaddy no more. Bronwyn, obviously all that's come out. Whitney's talked about how hard it's been in her marriage. It's like, girlies, like, this is not the time to talk about someone else's marriage.
the Marks present as a very close family out in the wild. So it is fascinating to your point that of all these relationships that have been open about their problems, the Marks don't actually seem to have them.
Well, also in the year of our Lord 2026 now, it's like, and it was 2024 when they filmed that probably, right?
25.
Yeah, whichever. It's like you have Whitney and Bronwyn filming scenes talking about how they're freaky.
Right.
It's like
right.
you don't know what other people have agreements on or what's allowed in other people's relationships or not. It's like, get out of here with
And
these
do you
rumors.
think he's like really out with a woman that he's sleeping with in public and then stopping to say hi to Todd and like be
Exactly.
like,
He's a
this
public
is an
figure.
investor
His wife's
that
a
I'm
public
working
figure.
Well, and also Bronwyn, you're leaving Todd because he is a
He's looking at
trifling
lingerie
hoe.
women on the airport.
Exactly. Todd is a trifling hoe. Of course he's coming to you being like, well, guess what else is happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Todd, thumbs down. Todd's the only Real Housewife of Salt Lake City I don't like.
You don't like.
No, not into that.
I have to say, what I've seen on the show, agree. Everyone we've met that has like been around Todd, they're like, he's amazing. They're lovely. He's lovely. Them together is beautiful. He's so funny. He is charming. I mean, it's like stark difference from what we see on camera.
I've never seen anything other than what I've seen on camera. I can't judge this.
So I will be going by what I am seeing on camera, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
The scene of them whispering,
The whisper fight.
the funniest scene, I think, in reality. I just like,
Well, for me, it's Inception because some of my favorite like Instagram content is that guy who voiceovers housewife fights and making them whisper. It's like that famous Beverly Hills one where she's like, "You beast, beast," and it's just ASMR to like my favorite show ever. It's like brilliant.
Yeah.
And then Salt Lake City just brings it to life on screen. I'm
Handed
like,
him his content.
these women are perfect.
And the splashing, like, valid on their end.
I
Not
know.
a place to
No,
splash. If you can't even
100%
talk, it's
Britney's.
not a place to splash.
Who gives a fuck?
It's a zen, no talking allowed, and you're gonna like he. In
Can't you just
general-
ask nicely? Just be like, hey, not the time.
No, it's like the annoying little sister though who has been poking you
Mhm.
for like 6 days, and you're like, "Stop it, stop
Mhm.
it! You need to stop." And then all of a sudden you're like so mad, it just like
You blow up.
yeah. And I also thought Lisa Barlow ate her up when she was like, "At least y'all get to see your kids," and Lisa was like, "You said that it's your choices."
Yeah.
I thought she ate the house down with that one.
Yeah.
Like,
The
that was-
synthetic hair was a little.
I'm tired of them bullying her about her hair.
Yeah.
It's like we need to move on from her. I did love that high body count hair.
Trademark.
Oh, so good. She trained. I loved that.
She's like, it was against me.
I think-
took it.
I think that's the level of petty I really love, but I wish she would have done it because it was petty. I think
Yeah.
The
She-
way Heather triggered the rest of the women by saying Britney was more accomplished. First of all, she has a point. I get what she
Well,
was saying.
I don't know.
I don't
Nick.
think she needed to put all the other women down in order to defend Britney.
I agree. And also, I don't think because you were on a Lifetime Christmas movie with Tori Spelling that makes you the the most successful.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was just more that, but like again, they're constantly picking on Britney.
What did Meredith say? She's like, I've gotten several beauty awards.
But they just act like Britney is dumb and stupid and like serves no, she has nothing going for her. And like, they're not saying she, I don't know, is going to like run for president. They're just saying she's done some stuff. And depending on who you ask, she's done some incredible things that some of the other women maybe have not done.
I agree. But to Natalie's point, I don't think you have to diminish other people to lift another up.
Yeah. Well, not in the real world, but in
Reality TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
did-
that point too. But I do love that it triggered everyone. I think Britney just triggers all of them
I don't get why though.
because she films them.
Have you ever been kicked out of a restaurant before?
Well, yes. Yes, I have. In
How
London.
does one?
Can
What'd
you
you
talk
do?
about it?
I was hammered. I was with a group of friends, and we went to this place called The Duke, which serves martinis.
Yeah.
And you're only allowed to have like 2 because they get you so. And I'm a lightweight, anyways. And I had 3 because my friend didn't drink his second one, so I drank it.
Yeah.
And by the time we got to this restaurant, we were all just like smashed, having the time of our life. But we were definitely like Americans in a foreign city kind of vibe.
Mhm.
And this other table just kind of started like taunting us, like saying weird political things. And I was really proud of my friend group. We really turned the Bravo dial up and all met these people where they were wanting to meet us. And the next thing I know, we're all being escorted out of the
Yes, of
restaurant.
course.
So that is a thing.
Yes.
That did happen. It's the one and only time, but it was kind of like a Real Housewife
You
fantasy.
didn't have anyone in your group being able to say, but this is my country.
Unfortunately, no, we didn't.
He's like, no, but ma'am, the restaurant is closed.
Yeah.
So
Do you think it was closed, or do you think they just wanted them out
it
of
looked
there?
very empty when they all arrived and they were like showing the restaurant. I was like, there's nobody there.
Because my opinion about the spa and the restaurant is they have to have some sort of clearance to film there.
Yeah.
These
Right.
people have to know what's about to happen. I
Mhm.
mean, like,
It's all extras.
Everyone in
Yeah.
frame has to sign a whatever consent.
yeah. So
to
the whole
be
like them
on.
getting kicked out and stuff like that, I'm like, they must just be there so late. I didn't really think it was because they were like
Like
misbehaving.
being too loud. Yeah, I didn't either. Well,
Before we let you go, your music career is crushing.
Thank you.
Any new exciting things that we can look forward to coming out?
Yeah, so I just spent like the last year touring. I did my first headline USA tour, and then just wrapped up the year over in the UK touring with an amazing artist called C-Matt, doing some pretty big shows. So now that I'm back home and the year started, we're about to gear up for album 3.
And you were discovered by Scooter Braun.
Oh,
Are you allowed? Do you like that?
I don't say that name. Cooter Jan is what I call him.
Cooter
So, and don't cut that. Put that out there.
And clip it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've had a very interesting career. I was signed as a writer when I was like 22. But you know, my dream has always been to be a country artist. But when I came out of the closet, it was kind of scandalous to think of a country music artist being gay. And so I actually ended up getting a deal with Scooter and moved to LA and had a whole pop career. And now I'm back. I say this at all my shows. I don't mean to brag, but I've been dropped from every professional contract I've entered into.
Okay.
So now I'm back in. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now I'm back in Nashville, and I've been back since like 2016, doing things independently and doing things my way, and it feels really empowering and awesome. And I just keep kind of staying on the grind.
Do you feel like the country music space has become more accepting and open to the LGBTQIA+ community?
The answer is yes and no, and I'm candid about this all the time. I think Music Row has a lot of catching up to do. I mean, the fact that I think there's one openly gay male signed to a major label is interesting when you have so many amazing queer artists in town. I've put out 2 albums in the last like 4 years. I can think of one A&R person who's called to talk to me about what I do musically and how they could potentially help. So I think the answer is yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I think Music Row is really behind. I think labels are super behind. I think we have the proof in the pudding. An artist like TJ Osborne coming out and being as successful as he's been and continuing to do great things. And I think it doesn't matter. And I think that's the proof. And I'm continuing to be able to do things on my own in my own way. And I'm amazed at the amount of people in Nashville who come to support me and help me. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. But yeah, I'm kind of done chasing Music Row and trying to fit in there. I'm actually really more invested in creating my own lane, my own avenue, my own thing, and finding the audience that needs to hear that they too, their stories matter in this genre, and we're finding that.
That's awesome.
So I'm less interested in like trying to chase down the Music Row thing and waiting for them to catch up, because that inevitably will happen.
What is inspiring this new album?
I grew up loving Nickel Creek. Nickel Creek has always been my favorite band. I mean, forever. So bluegrass inspired music is what I want to do next, and kind of sticking to my pop roots. You know, my first time putting music out was my first single was called Goodbye. It was a top 40 hit, and I write a lot of melodically pop stuff. So I kind of want to infuse everything that's been a part of my career, being that pop artist called Who Is Fancy, being myself, Fancy Hagood, and writing music that's more true to me and kind of existing in the country space. But I think next I really want to make a pop album that's dressed in a bluegrassy, a lot of organic instruments, just kind of making accessible music like that for people.
Speaking of, though, I feel like Nashville is a city that could really host a Housewives show.
I agree. And I was actually going to ask you your opinion on this. Every time a reality show pops up out of Nashville, it never works. And I'm curious what your opinion on that is.
That is true. Like, very cavallari.
Well, that would be the one that I think like, but I don't feel like that's like Nashville based. I feel like that's Kristen Cavallari based.
Yeah, that's true.
And the same
That's
with
true.
like, there was another show on E that had Jesse.
Oh,
Kicking it
Jesse
with
James
the Deckers.
Yeah,
or
Jesse
something.
James Decker.
Yeah. Down Home Deckers or something.
Yeah, I feel like that did pretty well. But I feel like that was more about her, less about like an ensemble Nashville cast.
You know what I think it is that Nashville has really become like the hub of the South in terms of a media market, you know, and it's growing, and you have a lot of country music artists, you have actors and celebrities who are all residing in Nashville. And I think they've tried to make TV shows with those people who are already kind of in entertainment. And to that point, I think they're all very much like, I won't do that. I won't do that. They all have their kind of boundaries. They're all kind of trying to balance being good reality TV stars and what it really takes to do that versus like, you know, their brand or what, you know, their team might think. And there's the life of a reality TV star is not for the faint of heart. You know,
It needs drama.
It needs
Yeah.
drama. In some of these other cities, like say Salt Lake, there's not, you know, to be a housewives or the secret lives of Mormon wives they're the most famous, arguably, and you know, I don't know who all lives in Salt Lake City, but those groups of women they're celebrities. They're like the biggest deal there. And I think, you know, it's just like a different world. And I think that's part of the reason why I think a lot of the people they're looking at in Nashville are too edited. They're too kind of like, they've already got a taste of reality TV and they're all trying to like make it to the next level. And I think what Bravo does a good job of finding people who are willing to go there. And I think maybe Nashville just has a lot of people who aren't willing to go there.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, like the people who should do it and would make it really good probably wouldn't do
Yeah.
it.
And they wouldn't do it to like what we'd want. You know, like they
Right.
you know, if I know that like country music star wives have been like pitched around. I've seen that. And it's like, well, they wouldn't give it their all
Yeah,
because they've got their,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I'm sorry, no tea, no shade to wives of country artists. No one wants to watch that.
That's what their Instagram's for.
Yeah, it's like,
you follow them.
And it's
yeah,
family friendly and it's cute. And it's
go
so
push
cool.
your hair gummies and your extension lines and let that be that. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see music executives. I want to see like if I were to cast like the Real Housewives of Nashville, Andy Cohen, call me. I have some ideas for you.
Yeah, don't give them away right now.
Yeah, and maybe it's time they put a gay on that couch. Maybe there should be a gay Real Housewife, and maybe it should be me. I know I don't have a man, but neither do most of the cast on all the Real Housewife franchise. Oh, and also, what about Real Housewives of Rhode Island?
Very excited. Our friend Ashley Iaconetti.
Yeah,
She's
is this like the first Bravo?
Bachelor crossover? Gotta be, right?
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
No, Jasmine Good is on The Valley.
On The
She was on
Valley.
next season
Okay.
of Bachelor.
So it's not the first.
Not the first,
But
but,
I do
like
think a housewife title is different
Housewife
than
is-
Cast of the Valley.
Right, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I'm excited about Real Housewives of Rhode Island because I'm missing New Jersey. I'm missing it real bad. And I feel like this is going to give, I feel like that's going to scratch that itch a little bit.
I think it will.
And I also kind of had the same feeling about it when they announced it as I did Salt Lake, where I was kind of like, why? And I'm like, wait a second.
I'm in.
I was wrong about that. My initial judgment on that could not have been more wrong.
Maybe you can't
So,
trust your initial judgment.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
And actually, that might be true now that I'm thinking about several other things I've been quick to judge.
Well, Fancy, this has been so much fun, man.
It has been so much fun for me. A true
Please come
honor.
back.
Thank you for having me.
You want to come back sometime?
Anytime y'all will have me, I'll be here.
Well, Fancy Hagood, you are a wonderful, wonderful guest.
You should listen on Apple Music, where I also have a radio show.
Oh, Apple Music.
Period.
Yeah.
That's where you
period.
prefer people to enjoy your content.
Where
Truly,
he also
yeah.
has a radio show.
Yeah.
Where else can people find you, Fancy, before we let you go?
Oh, you can find me at Fancy Hagood on Instagram, Fancy Hagood on TikTok, Fancy Hagood anywhere you enjoy entertainment. I am there.
The one, the only.
Exactly.
All right, well, up next, we will talk a little Vanderpump, and then we will send you on your way.
Stop putting a Band-Aid on your skin issues. Get to the root cause with ClearStim. ClearStim is the first clinically tested skincare line made with 0 pore clogging ingredients. That's their clear pore promise. No more choosing between acne care that dries you out and anti-aging products that clog your pores. As soon as I found out I was pregnant with River, they're like, you have to change everything. Change your skincare, change your hair care. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Where do I go? And so many people told me to lean on ClearStim, and I have not turned back since. I still am currently using their products today because they are that good. The first acne brand that connects internal and external skincare through supplements and topicals with no pore clogging ingredients ever. They target breakouts inside and out with a full routine, nutrition supplements, and clinically effective topicals. Their Clarity Serum is one of my top favorite products. I remember I even showed my facialist and she was like, oh my God, wow, that's so good. And usually they try to like sell you on their own products, but she was like, no, keep using that. That stuff is good. So discover the ClearStim difference because ClearStim changes everything. Go to clearstim.com/VIALL and use code VIALL at checkout for 15% off your first order. That's CLEARSTEM.com/VIALL and use code VIALL for 15% off.
All right, to wrap things up, we got VPR to get into. I'm still on the fence, to be honest, about the show.
I go back and forth. I like it. But then there's moments where I'm like, why am I interested in this?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just it's going to take a half a season to be invested in these characters. It could be that.
I do think that I'm like, life is pretty repetitive. So I'm like, I can't sit there like taking storylines from past seasons, but it just kind of feels like I've seen all of this before. And it's like a little bit like the fights are just very like, okay, so are you getting along? Are you friends or are you not? You know?
Did you guys ever see that Looney Tunes show that was them as like little kids?
Yes.
That's how this feels to
Tiny
me.
Toons.
Tiny
Tiny Toons?
Toons.
I
It
love
feels like the
Tiny
Tiny Toons version of, and I loved Tiny Toons. And it kind of feels like Vanderpump Rules Tiny Toons.
That's
I'm
pretty
here for
funny.
that.
Well, if you don't know what we're talking about, Mary has a rapid recap to bring some of you up to speed, and then we'll get into it.
I do. All right. So the last episode of Vanderpump Rules, we've got Natalie was Millie Bobby Brown's body double and kissed her brother, Millie Bobby Brown's brother, which was an interesting fact. Kim called Natalie a psychotic bitch. Venus is ending his friendship with Marcus. Jason is a serial canoodler and unfollowed Angelica after talking to another girl. He doesn't feel like he did anything wrong, and she's being crazy and obsessive for being mad about it. Shane wants to be a screenwriter, and he has an annoying laugh, so he's a man in Los Angeles. Venus confronts Marcus about him talking shit about him. Marcus calls him a fucking moron. They decide not to be friends anymore. Angelica's broken up with her ex, but still living with him, so it's complicated. She also designs swimsuits for pretty skinny girls. Audrey is moving into a new apartment, and guess who comes to help her move? It's Chris. He sees her vibrator, and they share a chaste kiss. Marcus is using DJing to channel his grief. Then at girls' night, there's a lot of tension between Natalie and Kim. Kim doesn't want to talk to Natalie about it because she doesn't want to get into a fight, but they still end up in a fight. Jason decides to text Angelica and tell her he's still into her. She says she might be down. Then they all get drunk and do the thing that girls do, which is readable.
I'm just curious, like, what's the pipeline to men in toxic men in relationships to becoming a DJ?
I think there's something when you have enough Smirnoff vodka that goes into your head. You think, the music is moving me in a way that I must control.
Like there's like, like I can't deal with like emotional awareness or maturity, but like I can make a sick playlist.
I can make the beat drop.
Do you think it's because there's something like sexual and erotic of being a DJ? Because if you think about it, like they're always playing into like the powerful, hot nature of like playing the music at the clubs.
I, as someone who does think I would make a killer DJ, that's one of my most toxic traits. I get it. It's like you want to be that person. You want like that control.
You want attention.
Yeah, you want control and attention. Two things I enjoy.
My biggest takeaway is Jason referring to Angelica as mama.
Yeah, let's talk
Is
about
that what the boys are saying these days? Because you know, like how, not that anyone I know who says this, but like some of the ladies out there will be like, papi, daddy, or whatever, and they'll kind of refer to the man that they're dating as daddy in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to have been like socially acceptable in the right context, I guess. I don't know.
I've called some of my male friends, platonic male friends, Papa.
Sure. But I just, when a young man is referring to the woman he's dating as mama, it is not the same.
Sierra, how would you feel if Connor called you mama?
He would never.
Would he ever go, hey, mama?
If it's like a cultural thing, then like cool, but like, hey, mommy kind of thing. But like, no.
Yeah, if you got a kid, it's kind of cute. Be like, hey, mama, you know.
Yeah, like there's situations where I'm like, or like if you're referring to me to our child as like mommy, then okay, and like daddy. But yeah, no, there's never going to be a world in which, and I have absent father issues, so like I'm not referring to the love of my life as daddy.
But Mary and Justin, you represent our Gen Z community. Do you? Is this something? Is this just Jason being weird, or is this a thing that the 20-year-olds,
the youngins are doing?
This is a thing that they're doing.
It's giving internet lingo. Like I don't use the word mamas. I did it the other day and it didn't feel right.
Justin was trying to do an impression of me.
And like it's not me, but I know those people and I know they're all, like it's any person of any age online, I think is what it is.
But isn't it a weird feeling when one of those things do slip out of your mouth because you've heard it around and then you're like, instantly want to put it back in my mouth and swallow it?
It doesn't work.
Yeah. Like me, I'm flinging about like a, hey mama, oh my God, Divarina, oh my God, Divacino. Like it's just there's a worm in my brain that is calling people insane things.
Like when
it works for you, Mary.
It's like when people out of nowhere go,
mama.
It's like when people out of nowhere go, my Shayla.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like if you're not on the internet, you don't know what that means. But if you're on the internet, like that's a very specific like form of communication.
You know what's funny? I am on the internet and I still don't completely know what it means, but I know there's a Blondie song called Shayla, and I know that's not what they're referring to, but that's what it means to me in my heart.
Wait, somebody sent me a comment and they said, I don't know who you are, but your face is in capital T, but then with the question mark at the end. And I was like, is this a compliment or an insult?
Is it just like internet lingo? Is there any like meaning behind the mama stuff?
I think he's a straight man trying to be like, ooh, I can girl out with you.
Term of endearment
And also be flirty. But like it's like if one of your girls calls you mama, that's like fun. But when a man calls you, and I'm obviously coming at this from a very specific point of view.
I feel I could be wrong, but I feel like for the ladies who refer to the men that they might date as like poppy or daddy, it's like they might have an arrangement where he might be, taking care of a lot of the financial responsibilities. Is that accurate or no?
I think it's not that deep.
No, yeah.
I think it's just people are like, oh my, okay, daddy. That felt weird for me to say.
But I'm just wondering for the boys who are saying mama, are they looking for like a lady to pay the bills?
No, it's literally just them being cutesy.
Yeah, I think it's like mama in the term of, I think it's like you think of like MILF rules, like, oh my God, like MILF, like mama, like
But-
it's kind of like that.
But the boys are trying to be cutesy?
The boys are trying to flirt.
Okay.
Which has been painful to watch.
Yes.
in this show specifically.
It literally, watching the show, I think because I'm watching this now being like, oh, they're my age in real time.
Do
Yeah.
do
Is
you
this
feel
what I
represented,
sound
Mary
like?
and Justin?
No.
Not represented, but I feel more represented by Southern hospitality.
Agree.
Because I feel like those are people that like I've met in real life, but I feel like Vanderpump to me is a lot of like influencer culture, which is not like people that I'm surrounded around. Does that make sense, Mary? Like I feel like it's a different version of people our age.
I feel like Southern hospitality and Next Gen specifically spoke to me because it was almost like a bit of young adults kind of in like the entertainment industry.
Right.
Versus this, because it feels like Tiny Toons Vanderpump Rules.
It feels like characters. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching characters of Gen Z and Vanderpump right now.
I do really like Audrey though. That girl's got sauce.
I feel like they're all just too on. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, when you watch the first season of Vanderpump Rules, which was so awesome, was like the whole like Jax and Stassi of it all, and it comes out that he cheated on her. Like they're drinking his bottles of Cristal and putting cigarette butts in. There's something that was just so like effortless and genuine of like how they would react to a situation, where I feel like all of their heightened situations thus far in the episodes, it just feels very like
it's performative,
manufactured. Yeah.
Well, I also feel like that's kind of why. What's the Love Island spinoff?
Beyond the Villa.
Beyond the Villa. I feel like it's more difficult for those shows to work. Kind of like what we talked about with Fancy, is like now they're stars and now they're quote unquote public figures who already have followings and fans and brands to protect and preserve, and that's not what made them famous.
Yeah.
I mean, the Vanderpump cast is different, but they have a blueprint of like the original Vanderpump people they're trying to emulate. So it's not like this organic world.
Yeah, like watching somebody have a sit down with Lisa due to their poor behavior, but because of what's going on in their personal life, you now get an opportunity to DJ. Like I was just like, I've seen this.
Yeah, I've seen this film before,
but
and I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, like we didn't even have to add water, but it's somehow condensed, you know?
I think what is kind of interesting to me about this Vanderpump Rules is that it almost seems as if the original Vanderpump Rules, like season 1, they were all so mad at each other, had all of this mess, but they didn't have the words to articulate it or understand how to talk about it with each other, which is what made it so intriguing and such a good show. With this show, not only is there a blueprint of the actual like filming production storyline that they are just generally aware of, there's also the level of the way young people in friend groups talk to each other now, which is very TikTok therapy speak.
Yep.
So it's like you're not having these big confrontations of like built up emotions. It's
and trying to figure out what the root of the problem is.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're triggering me. I need to take a step back. Let's like,
You're
you know what I
to
mean?
protect my mental health. I feel gaslit. You might be love bombing me. Yeah.
Yeah, prioritize. And I'm like, what happened to good old fashioned mess? Yell at each other, throw a drink.
We did finally have the scene of Venus and Marcus going, we'll leave. I'm not leaving.
But
You
we've
go.
also seen that with Sheena and Stassi.
Yeah, and like that I wanted to see, and I'm glad we saw it. But that's also an example of like I feel like it's a little too much.
And to go off of
maybe.
that too, the scene when Marcus opens up that scene where I'm just like, Lisa, you want me to believe that you're running a restaurant and that you've employed these people. This man has started drinking shots of vodka at your DJ booth from the second he got there. By the time he's in uniform, some girl walks out while he's smoking a cigarette and hands him her martini. He takes a sip and then smoking a cigarette. And I'm just like, this man is wasted at work. What is happening? And also, big fan of Venus. He's my breakout star of
Loving
the
it.
show.
Well, we have Alex Baskin, the executive producer, returning to the show on Thursday's episode of Reality Recap. He's also the executive producer of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and OC. And we will get to talk to him about the most recent season of Beverly Hills, what's going on with OC. Obviously, we have Vicky coming. So many questions for Alex, but just kind of talking about his opinion of the new Vanderpump Rules season. I think he's really high on it, and I'm curious what he has to say about fans' interest or what their opinions are. All the opinions I think we have, I think a lot of people share with them, and we'll get to ask Alex all those questions and more on Thursday's episode. That will do it for us today. Thank you to our guest, Fancy Hagood. Don't forget, tomorrow we got Austin Kroll from Southern Charm on Wednesday's episode of Going Deeper. It's an episode you will not want to miss. Finally, we got the boys on the couch. I'm really excited to get to know these men. I'm really fascinated by, they really represent men in reality TV in the Bravo universe. I think these three guys, for better or worse, are representing heterosexuality in the Bravo universe. And I'm very fascinated by their characters, their arcs, their entire careers on this show. It all starts with Austin Kroll. That's tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.